Louis Meets World here, and we are back with another one today. We've got some gameplay from Barbara coming at you guys, and we are watching an immortal rank player. This guy is actually ranked number 3 on ladder in totality right now. He's been abusing Barbara to climb, and he is the rank 1 Barbara, just getting his E, and he goes by the name of Jiku. Jiku is going to be showing us how to play Barbara today. We're going to be watching and analyzing what he does. And we just saw uses the E for the movement speed you get from it right off the bat. Really early does that. The skill order for Barbara, guys, if you don't know, it's W, and then you kind of get a lot of points into your Q, and then you max your E first after the W. Then you max your Q, and then finally your passive. Your passive with the lowest priority in the skill order. So we're just going to be seeing him focusing on an item which actually got hit by nerfs recently. The Spy Umbrella. 3 attack power taken away from this item. It used to be 68 attack power. Now it's at 65. Also gives you extra skill damage. Extra skill damage is this new kind of stat. They've kind of added it to a lot of items which used to have skill amp, although some other items still do have skill amp. Extra skill damage is a new kind of interaction in the game. And the team from Nimbo Neuron has actually put out a statement in the patch notes saying that they are actually watching what's going on with these items with extra skill damage. I think it is affecting the game in a way where these items are very powerful. So they are just watching them and seeing where they go in terms of power, how much they influence the game, how much they give and how much they take away from players. I do know that Azure Dagger, another one of the extra skill damage items, got nerfed as well. It was hit, it got taken down from 24 extra skill damage and it got put back down to 20. Now just going to be jumping on the Emma with the Q, uses the E for the movement speed, now going to be stunning her with the E and using that W to shred. Now auto is coming through, Emma no chance, she doesn't have an ult to outplay, just going to be hit by the Q, and that's the first kill for Jiku, and this is why Jiku is where he is right now. Very scary and dangerous player on ladder. You do not want to mess with this guy and his Barbara. He is really sick and seems to know the ins and outs of this character. Alright, so he does have the components for Hanbok. I don't think it will be coming through, although we could possibly see it later. For now, though, I think the main focus is to finish the EOD suit. EOD suit giving you health, giving you cooldown reduction, 25 defense, and it also gives you normal attack damage reduction. Now just waiting in this bush. Oh, he wants to ambush and gets the ambush, uses his W as the bush gets warded, now uses his Q, does have his ult up and just going to be using it to shred this ball. The other Barbara running away on time and he does not have his dash to follow up. So that's going to be the end of that pursuit. Now just trying to get the Tree of Life, but the other Barbara wants to contest him on it and we'll see what happens. He seems to be typing something to his chat. Very animated player, Jiku. Really just enjoys the entire experience of the game. Doesn't seem to take it too serious. Now going to be fighting with the other Barbara, both of them using turrets. He uses his E lasts longer and now has the level advantage, even the weapon advantage on this other Barbara. She has Heelys, but it's not enough to keep away from the Stray Jacket Sneakers and so much damage coming out of Jiku. His W is going to be up now and uses the auto and the W and ends that other Barbara. Jiku now able to find the hammer off of this. That's going to be very big. Able to build the sheet metal off that and get the sheath done. And of course the hot honey water kept in slot number 1. Got some herbal concoctions as well in slot number 4. Does his stuff a little bit weirdly though. I prefer to put my wards in slot number 4 because I do come from a League of Legends background, that ward item being number 4 in League. But Jiku doing things a little bit different. Health in 1 and SP in 4, wards in 3. Okay, we're just going to see him search. Guys, if you don't know, the route is from temple to school to forest to hospital. Not to hospital, to hotel, sorry. And then from hotel, you go to beach to get the hammers. So although we've seen him finish a lot of items because he managed to find a few hammers on the way, you're only supposed to find the hammers at beach. So he will be parting there now to get the last. Oh, he won't be. He finds the ruby that he needs for the Sheath of Shah Jahan, and he's going crazy because he's full build. Animated character Jiku, animated player, sorry, just emoting there at the odds of him finding that ruby that he needs. Very, very excited. And now typing a lot to his chat. Can't actually tell what he's typing though, unfortunately. And now just going to be clearing the wards here. Bumps into an Alex. He will contest this Tree of Life. Drops the Q. And he does so much damage. Shreds the Alex. Oh my goodness. Jiku is very, very scary right now. Just going to be using his W into the Q. And now uses his E. Going to be landing that stun. And he's doing so much damage back to that Barbara. Barbara also dealing a lot of damage back to Jiku. Now the Alex wants to get a third party on this. Going to be using his W into the Q. Following up. And just so much damage coming out from the turrets. He can't really follow. The Alex can't really follow. And he's still trying to go aggressive. I think Jiku wins this. The Alex needs to be careful. Uses his ult. And Jiku able to get away from that. And he was standing in that turret. And now lost so much of his health. The Alex I'm talking about. Jiku looking really, really great. Alex just using the W to scout. And now Q into the W from Jiku. Going to be able to use his turret to poke the Alex out and control that zone. Essentially, when you control a zone as Barbara, there's nothing people can do to contest you. That's what makes her so strong. Nothing on the other Barbara, as far as I saw. Last time I said there was nothing of use, guys. They ended up being like a mithril helm on a Lennox, which the person took, and I didn't see it, and I felt really, really dumb in the comments when someone pointed it out. But yeah, I don't think there was anything on this Barbara. Alright, and now we are going to be lucky enough to see the Bracelet of Skadi come through. Bracelet of Skadi being built, of course, off the Glacial Ice and the Crimson Bracelet. And that will be replacing the Sheath of Shah Jahan. As I said in a previous episode that I covered recently, the Sheath of Shah Jahan usually an item used as a kind of a filler item before you get the main item that you're going to want to build. Usually gets subbed out for Mithril Shield. We saw a Rossi dump it for Cube Watch. And yeah, it's just a great item to hold because it's got 30 attack and it's got a lot of HP stats. So it's great to get you to that late game when you're transitioning to bigger items like Bracelet of Skadi and etc. etc. Mithril Shield. Bloody blah. Alright, so Wolves gonna be taken now. And completely melts the wolves. Dang. Melts them wolves. I just love how efficient Jiku is. He's really, really fast with all of his pathing and just looting everything on the map as well. He's really quick with doing this. He's even typing half the time as well, which is really, really insane for a player with such high APM. It's doing so much. Okay, so another Glacial Ice being built, which indicates that we might be seeing some Glacial Shoes. I've said it very often, Glacial Shoes is a direct upgrade from the Stray Jacket sneakers. Almost stat by stat, everything is better on the Glacial Shoes. Except on the Glacial Shoes, you do have movement speed out of combat as well. So that kind of changes your movement speed. The Stray Jackets give you more movement speed when in combat, but less in total, I suppose. So that's a little bit of the win for the Stray Jacket sneakers, but other than that, nothing. And he manages to get the repaired slippers, and Glacial Shoes are going to be coming through as well. And Stray Jackets thrown on the floor, not needed anymore. Just going to be building the purified water. That's a very interesting thing I've been seeing Jiku do consistently right now this entire game, is I've been seeing him build SP items on the Bobber. I guess he's a character who it's essential to do that for. That's why I love watching the replays, because we get the nuances of how these players play. Just small things like SP items can be life or death, because if you can't use abilities, guys, you die. You lose fights that you should win and stuff like that. Calamities can happen if you cannot keep your SP up as well. you can slow down and not be able to loot boxes and finish your items on time because of that. And we're going to see a Lee Dai-Lin in this area. He's just standing out of vision. Notice that he's not standing, if you look at the map, he's standing right outside of the vision of the console vision as well, just waiting for that Lee Dai-Lin to step in. And now surprises the Lee Dai-Lin on the wicker line, and Lee Dai-Lin has to skedaddle out of there, and we'll see whether Jiku wants to turn on to Wick or whether he wants to pursue the Lee Dai-Lin even further. Okay, going to be cutting off the Lee Dai-Lin here. Oh no, Lee Dai-Lin's smarter than that. She's running the other direction. And Wick going to be running into this area as well. Soon going to be in the school area. I think it's the most logical place. Actually running to Alley actually. So that's where Jiku plans to get the Wicker Line. And Wicker Line going to be dropping VF Blood that can be used to build Queen of Hearts if he wants. Oh, everything taken. And the Force Core can be used to get Monkey King Bar, an item that we see built on him quite a lot. Built on Barbara quite a lot. Alright, so Jiku now in a position to get a ton of legendaries. Might have 4 legendaries on him when he hits the late game. We'll just have to see which ones he prioritizes. Will he prioritize getting the Long Rod and building the Monkey King Bar with the Force Core, or will he focus on getting the Queen of Hearts? We might see neither. That's another thing that could happen. He can also build the Luna's Embrace at any point where he wants to and use that to get the more defensive item as an accessory. Revenge of Gao Jan though, doing a lot right now. Going to be using his Q and doesn't want to engage. The Jukai deciding to run into that restricted area. And Barbara just going to be cutting him off. Jiku gonna be trying to cut him off, but I think he's a little late on this rotation. Probably doesn't make it on time. Instead now gonna be picking some smoke with the Alex. Alex now just going to be poking as well. Both of them showing a lot of respect. Alex after the buffs in a very decent place. Does do quite a bit of damage with these pistols and can switch up his game style at any point to a melee kind of character. Is kind of a threat right now. But Jiku now just going to be going in on him. Hasn't used his ultimate yet, but just using the Qs here. And dodges out on that W from the Alex. Has to leave. And now just going to be making sure that he gets the wolves, not the Shukai. Shukai gonna have to run away here. Shukai doesn't want any of this Barbara. 6 players left. 3 of those 6 players have been spotted in this region. Of course, Alex, Shukai, and Jiku here on Barbara. And now uses the W into the QW. And that's going to be doing so much damage to Alex. Alex forced to use one of his E abilities and get out of there. And now Alex running away, but being tailed really well for an invisible character, I must say. Jiku now has to give up on that chase and will be taking these wolves for free. What will drop? Hasn't been focused on building any of the other items here. So Monkey King Bar not being prioritized and also the Queen of Hearts not being prioritized. Although he does have both of those items in his inventory still. Of course, the VF Blood and the Force Core. So we'll see whether he decides to do that or not. He feels in control and he feels very powerful right now. I don't think he's in a rush to build any of those. Actually gets rid of the VF Blood, so we won't be seeing Queen of Hearts. Puts it in a chicken. That chicken will despawn and that will be gone off the map forever. Of course, if you don't know, hiding your items and dead animals is the best way to hide them if you do. Because not only do people not search those animals, they also despawn after some time and the items disappear. Now going to be using the CCTV in Forest, finds a headband. Could we see Elysian Halo? I think he's going to force core into Elysian Halo. Yeah, pathing towards these branches and also wants to third party this. I see some arrows from the Nadine as well. Oh, Shukai here, just gonna get melted here by Barbara. No chance, used his E over the wall, had no escape. And now Fiora looking to get aggressive weapon skill out of Jiku. Jiku melting the Fiora using the ultimate. And that W from the ultimate really going ham. Jiku losing control of his camera. Intentionally, I assume. just going crazy. Really excited to be getting that kill onto the Fiora there from that 1v1. Leaving a lot of items there, a lot of stuff that he does not need. And now just going to be able to get food from a chef, guys. That's always handy. So loots that chef for all he's worth, which is around 5 stacks of fish soup. And now the circlet's going to be coming through, and Elysian Halo will be the item of choice. Imperial Crown going to be the item that gets dumped. And Spy Umbrella probably very strong. Since the changes, maybe people don't go into Monkey Bar anymore, because he did have the option. I mean, Forest was open. He could have found the bamboo needed to build it. Ooh, wants to surprise the Nadine, and he does. Q into the W into the E, and doesn't land the stun, and the turret is doing so much, just melts him with the W, and that's going to be the game for Shiku here. 6-kill game. Never really looked like he was struggling, just carried that whole thing, and yeah, an absolute beast on this character. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. This is Barbara. Since she's been kind of reworked and brought into the meta, still a very strong character. 6-kill game from Jiku. Oh, Jackdo, actually the Nadine who went down there. Jackdo, a very powerful Nadine player, immortal rank, and he streams quite a bit. You can actually find him on Twitch. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. This is your boy Loy Meets World signing off.